made me more aware. And I think if you have these stories, they're on the TV screen, they're in playhouses, they're in novels. If you have people step up from the community and actually go and talk. I remember I learned about Judaism because my Jewish American friend's mom came and talked about Judaism, and then she gave us dreidels afterward, and I thought it was awesome. I just spun that dreidel all day. And you know, maybe we can give like laddus and like baklava or something, I don't know.
It's not good for health.
Yeah, no, not healthy, but
we're not helping there.
But you know, we need to step up. So I think schools, you need to go educate. Shahid spent a good time talking about civic engagement. Step up, work in your local communities. Mainstream, help out organizations like CARE, Center for American-Progress. They're not Muslim, they're not Pakistani, but they get it. They get what it means to be American living in America. That's why they're sponsoring this right here. You have friends across the aisle. My director of my play is Russian Jewish American, producer's African American, all right? Work with one another. And I think, don't laugh at the idea of a Muslim Cosby show. People laughed at the idea of the Cosby show. Before that, people laughed at the idea of
Little Mosque on the Prairie.
Little Mosque on the Prairie. It was in his 5th season. Before that, people laughed at the fact that Ellen, out lesbian, could have her own TV show. She was humiliated in 1997. Humiliated. She lost everything. You guys remember that? And good karma. Karma came back around. She has the last smile. So when people say, how can you, having a friend with my friend in NBC, giving me the tour, I don't know, man. I don't know if America's ready for a Muslim hijabi woman in front of the TV. I'm like, were they ready for Ellen? Were they ready for the Cosby Show? Were they ready for Barack Obama? Why is it so crazy to have a Muslim American telling their story on the TV screen? Why is it so crazy for us to be seen as American? Maybe not that crazy after all, right? So, that's that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's a great question, especially with this panel, especially with Wajahat and Shahid. And I've done a little bit of stuff myself in terms of theater and acting. And I think that it's one of the things that we've talked about is investing in these types of things in terms of the art community and things along those lines. I think the comment, the Katie Couric thing, I thought was ridiculous, but it's because it's from Katie Couric, who's a journalist, who has something, journalism has something to do with enabling Islamophobia in the first place. And it's like, oh, okay, so the art community should fix it. The art community should do it anyway, right? And it's successful and it's powerful. And I think the stories you're hearing from Wajahat about his play, it's fundamentally important. Shahid's performed his stuff all over the place too. And I mean, you get audiences really connecting with these characters. The thing that frustrates me in terms of what's out there a lot too is, again, you have these various stereotypical Muslims that are in any type of you know, TV or movies or things along those lines. They're Muslims. Like, that's the key identifying factor of them. It's not that they're people, it's that they're Muslims. And that there's something very specific about how that goes, you know. And well, a lot of the artists that are out there that are doing stuff, they're interested in creating characters, and characters are what connect to people. You know, I mean, the show I did in God, '04. I'm really dating myself too. You know, it was a post 9/11 play at the Hip Hop Theater Festival. Like 2 years afterwards, 3 years afterwards, I go to things in DC, and people come up to me and talk about the characters. And you know, it's the same story. It's like, wow, you know, the idea of being disenfranchised, that was really powerful, and the way that character reacted was very similar to events that I've sort of experienced. And they're not Muslim, and they're not Pakistani. They understand these ideas. So I think that it's very important to emphasize the institutionalization and the encouragement of art, and that is actually a very, very fundamentally important thing to do.
Thank you for listening to us, for challenging us, for chastising us to a degree. I'm speaking on behalf of Fouad, Corey, Wajahat, and Shahid. We had a great experience. We hope you did too. Thank you.
Thank you. You gotta do more.
6 years ago. 5 minutes ago.
Solid, sir.